Well, good morning and welcome back to Ask Mason, just a weekly or a bi-monthly show that we do that we try to answer all the questions that people send in throughout the community. We want to always be very transparent, let people know what's going on. This morning, we are very, very fortunate to have a local businessman and just an all-around good guy here with us this morning, Kyle Williams. Kyle, I was interested, or I was thinking about this morning when I was getting around. I come to Enid in 2006, but it took a lot of years before you and our paths ever crossed. And then I started hearing your name a lot, and people go, well, you know Kyle. I don't. You know Kyle. I don't. Well, we finally met, and now then we're actually neighbors.
We are.
So it's kind of ironic the way it worked out. Very fortunate to have you as a friend. We get to do things with you and your wife, and we value that a lot. So it's just, I was thinking about how that's taken place over the years, and I'm glad it did. But that's not what we're here to talk about this morning. Downtown, for the third year, I believe it is, we have got the one going up, the tree, and it is absolutely, again this year, just amazing. And I just had several questions, even though we live across the street from each other. Just had several things that I was curious about. What I found is, if I'm curious about them, there's probably a lot of other people that are also. So, first of all, I'd like to just ask you, how'd that vision even start? Were you just sitting around one day? And I mean, how do 122-foot Christmas trees pop into your mind?
That's a great question. And I don't even think I really know, David. I've always been fascinated by Christmas and lights. I think that beautiful colors just are in my soul, and I'm just drawn to them. And I was on my computer one day at the office, and I was just searching the world's biggest Christmas trees, and just looking at those and just awing at how beautiful they are. And the Lord, I think, just kind of brought a thought to me, and it was like, we build things, we build buildings, we build businesses, we do things. And I thought, we can do that here. And then we began the process of doing the investigation, and we started Googling, reading these articles, and found a tree company out of California, Victor's Christmas tree company, who put up these large 100-foot, 115-foot trees, and contacted them. And in my DNA as a business person, I'm competitive, David. You know that. I mean, like, we're all competitive.
I do know that.
And it's like, we can do that, but let's shoot big. And we didn't know. There's not a book that says how do you start a big event from scratch, or how do you put up a world's biggest Christmas tree. We didn't know, so we simply started talking to the company and found out that about the largest we could have found of real trees was about 120 feet, 125 at the very top. And so we said, well, we've got to have a margin of error. I don't want to put all this effort into this and someone beat us. Let's go 140. So we called Victor's and said, we want to order a 140-foot tree. Price it for me. And he kept pricing me 100-foot trees. And I kept saying, no, 140-foot tree. And finally, we got him to give us a price, and it's like, okay, we're going to do that. Little did I know that they had never put up a tree that big before. In fact, the company's 50 years old, and Victor's father, the biggest he had ever put up was, I believe, 32 feet in like 1960.
Wow.
So what we were asking them to do was really something they hadn't done before. So we're out here, we've installed the tree, they've got the lights all working on the tree, and Victor's here, he likes to come in to check everything out. And I said, Victor, what's the tallest tree you ever put up? And he said, this one right here. And it's like, really? Wow. So we didn't know what we were doing. And of course we had the wind event and snapped the tree and had to reinstall it. But it just came up of wanting to do something for families. You know, David, you and I have had the privilege and pleasure to be able to travel places to see Rockefeller Center Christmas tree. Never forget it. And we're not Rockefeller. We don't pretend to be Rockefeller. We may be taller, and we are taller. But the reality is, the people in our area, we could do something, and that started to resonate as we were making the decision, is that we can do this for the community, for families, because we'll always remember that. When that tree lights up, that won't go away in people's minds. And so God just brought everything together, brought Takeon to help us to haul it, and the city was very receptive and didn't get in our way. They helped, to just not get in our way and be supportive. And which is, first call I made was to Gerald at the city, just to talk about it early on, and to the Chamber of Commerce, and visiting in other places. But it just kind of came about, and we're still learning. We're changing things and trying to figure out what works and how we make this better, because that's what we do. Is in business, if we were talking earlier, you're either getting better or you're going to go worse. And so we've got to continue to improve our event. But this is a community event. This is what this is now. We have so many people working on this, volunteering. It's just hard to believe.
So that's what I was wanting to say. It's easy to talk to the person that kind of envisions it and gets the project rolling, but there's a lot of people that work on this project.
There's a ton. I mean, Nicole Winfield has been a project coordinator from the very beginning, and she didn't know what she was getting into either. Don Rose. I could just go on and on and on. Jessica Nelson, Angela Williams, my daughter-in-law, so many people, Ryan Fawcett, so many people have been volunteering. Lon Ford this year has taken over engineering for us to build this new tree. So just so many people, and then the volunteers who showed up to decorate the panels went on the tree. Incredible. We were really sweating it whether we could get the panels done in time. And they were done quickly.
I started to say, that seemed like it went really fast.
On Sunday afternoon, we had like 25 people out there putting stuff on. We had one lady who showed up like 5 days in a row and spent 5 hours a day. And it was amazing. So this is Enid's community Christmas tree. And because people all invest into it, we just started it, but it's not us. It is the community. It's the people who want to celebrate, a beautiful Christmas tree, and for those of faith who come to it because we dedicate it, because why we celebrate Christmas is because of Jesus. But we just want to put together a beautiful event for Enid that continues to grow.
And that actually leads right into my next question. This is an event that can get huge, isn't it? I know that having been to several conferences, talking to other mayors around the state, there happens to be one community that does a Christmas event south of Oklahoma City that they track. They have over 180,000 people that come in for that stuff. And I know that in the past, we didn't have a good way to kind of track and know how many people were coming in. We could do I know that with some drones and some of those photographs, we could estimate how many people were coming, but over the entire length that it's up, it was a guess, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. We don't know. We just look at opening night. We're just guessing. We don't truly know. But I think that'll help. And I just like a business grows over time. Your traffic grows as people hear about this. Just like there's some stuff we're working on in the background I spoke to you earlier about that we haven't inked yet, but it's getting close. And it is really a remarkable, if we get it done, and we weren't asking for it, we weren't praying for it, someone came to us, we're like, wow. So we'll see if that pans out. But that's because they knew about the event. They sent us photographs of our tree. They had heard of it. And so now that this tree spreads across the country, people know that a small little city in northern Oklahoma is doing something really big for Christmas. And that's kind of fun.
I tell you, and I think you and I talked briefly about this, but through the Stride Center now, we have some new software called Placer. And I have asked them to geofence that area down around the tree this year so that we can track that. And not only how many people come in, but I think we can track where they come from, so that moving forward, I think we and it'll help all of us to target our marketing a little bit better. I think that it will help our restaurants if they know that a certain amount of people come from this area, they can go on Facebook and maybe do some coupons and some things so that they come and eat at our restaurants whenever they're here. So I see this as just something that can get just larger and larger as we go along.
I think that in time, David, I think there are possibility that we could be skirting 100,000+ over time during the full event. And part of the reason why we made the changes this year is to bring people back more often. So, that's our goal, and we'll just keep working on it. And I just think it'll grow over time. But the more people participate and bring things, the better. So just like Main Street Enid just did a phenomenal job when they started a skating rink. And our company was able to sponsor it the first 2 years. But that's really set a nice Christmas example of something that we can do. And then we can add on a tree. And then, of course, they've had their parade downtown, which is amazing. So there's so many things that we can work together on to make this an event. And, and I kind of mentioned the other day to the commission is we invite the city to continue to invest in decorating, and not only around the city, but also down at the campus around the Stride Center like that to make it really something beautiful.
Wanted to mention to you also that what I like about the one is it provides a lot of things for different people. For people of faith, that's important. I mean, that's remarkable. Opening night's incredible. But it also helps our businesses throughout town. People come in early. They stay late. They go to our different locations around town, whether it's convenient stores or whatever it happens to be. But it helps all those people. And then I'll also think about, I've taken my grandkids down there the last 2 years. And to sit there and watch that reflection in their eyes, I get a lot from it. So I think it's an incredible event that is going to get huge over time, but not large just for the sake of being large, but because it's good for our community.
It's an experience that not everyone gets to enjoy. What else it does, I think it helps position our community, which I appreciate your leadership and the city commissions on the things they're doing to invest back into our community, because we have the opportunity to create the community for our grandchildren and great-grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren, plant trees that we'll never sit under.
That's right.
And so as these investments are made back into the community, we start to build the reputation of our community. I know that we've had quite a few people who have reached out to us to do a movie based upon the Christmas tree and upon Enid. I've read some scripts on that already, and some I've just, quite frankly, we're having some conversations with them before long that how they represent the Enid community is very important, because Enid is a special place. It's the best people in the whole world. The whole world are in Enid, Oklahoma, Midwest, United States. And we want to create something, but we want to be intentional. We don't want to just do something. So we welcome everyone to come and enjoy Enid and the beauty. We had the ladies from Point of Grace last year, and they did a concert here at a local church, and we went down there and said, you got to come down and do some photo ops for us. Selfishly, we want to have some pictures. And Brent and Marcy Price brought them down, and the moment they got out of their vehicle and started walking to the tree, Shelley's going like, this feels like a Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
And so we have ideas, so we'll see where those lead. It may take a long time, if ever those things come to fruition. But we want to at least scratch that itch, and if there's opportunities for a movie to be made in Enid that has a storyline of the tree, but it's not the story of the tree, but something that revolves around the tree and the beautiful city of Enid, that'd be just phenomenal.
Well, Kyle, we thank you and your family. It's just incredible. You have always been a guy that you don't just talk the talk. You actually get out there and you do it. I just always appreciate your vision that, and I've heard you say before that if you think small, you get small. And we don't do that. You look around Enid, everything we do is pretty good size. And I just think that that's going to continue over the years. I'm excited about it. Thank you for putting that together. The one, it's just amazing. We're fortunate to have it. And we're going to light it up on December the 3rd, I believe.
December the 3rd around 6:15. We're going to start with a Feed the 5,000 event where we'll serve hamburgers, chips, and drinks for free to get people out early, and start the program around 5:30. Beautiful music. This is just great music. We'll have our Grand Lighting Marshal will light the tree about 6:15. It'll be dedicated, and he'll light the tree. And I think we're gonna probably show off the tree and what it can do with one of its songs. I'm hoping for a Hallelujah chorus when it dances to that being choreographed. And then we're gonna be led about 5 Christmas carols. So hopefully we'll have 10, 20,000 people there that will join us and sing beautiful Christmas carols. What an event!
What an event
to have that many people singing at one time. So we think that's really the highlight of the night, is to light the tree and Christmas carols. So we invite people to come down. It should be around 6:15. So
good. Dress
warm, and it's just after dark too, so you're not going to have to wait outside for a couple hours.
So what can we do to help? What do you need?
I just need people to promote it online, share it with your friends, invite people, invite your friends to come. It is an experience. Both years that when the tree lit, I was just almost in tears. Number one, I was so stressed. When flip the switch, it's got to go off, but it really chokes me up that we can do something like that, and an experience for little kids and families, and it doesn't cost anything. That's the wonderful thing. This is a free event. Come, bring your families, enjoy, sing with us. That's what we do, and invite people. And that's probably the biggest thing. People, it's like in a lot of things, but if you invite people, they'll come. So invite people. We're inviting people as many as we can.
Good. Well, like I said, Kyle, thank you. Thank you for everything that you do around the community. And will you come back sometime and
love to
talk to us?
And it's our pleasure to do this. It's like this is joy for us. It is joy.
Good. So that's our show today. Appreciate you tuning in. We've got another big event next in 2 weeks. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, but you'll see pretty soon. I think you'll like it. Also remember, if you have any questions that you want answered, please just get with me on askmason@enid.org, and I will do absolutely my best to answer those questions. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in a couple weeks. Thank you.